Casey Catherwood. Here's your host, Casey, talking about all the important news and everything you need to know about your Seattle Seahawks.
Okay, thank you everybody. Welcome back to Hawk Talk. How's everybody doing out there? Wow, here we are. We made it through the last week's Saints game and we're on the precipice of something great, my friends. Tomorrow's game, Seattle Seahawks versus San Francisco 49ers, is debatably the biggest in Seattle sports history. What else is there to say? It's the game that we all dreaded, hoped for, and knew was coming. Every major analyst predicted it would be Hawks Niners in the NFC Championship game. I thought it was going to happen, and here we are. And it's a battle of two amazing teams. Two teams that really don't enjoy each other's company at all. There's no love lost between these guys at all. This is true rivalry football, people. You got Jim Carroll, Pete Carroll, Jim Harbaugh, two polar opposites. You got Russell Wilson, Colin Kaepernick, two polar opposites. It's good versus evil, people. And if you don't think that the fact that we're playing tomorrow at home at CenturyLink, where it is going to be an absolute hellmouth anytime the San Francisco 49ers have the ball, then I don't know what rock you've been sleeping under, but it's time to get out and enjoy some playoff football, because tomorrow is win or go home, essentially. I know we're already at home, but win or go home and crawl in your bed and cry for weeks, because there's a Super Bowl on the line here, and I'm fired up. There's a lot to talk about. Let's just get right into it. Last week, the Saints game. A lot of the things that we talked about in last week's Hawk Talk really came true. The defense took over. You had some great conservative offensive play by our offense, and the defense did just enough. Michael Bennett with the two forced fumbles. The D-line stopping the run, even though Tyree Robinson, who we weren't even talking about, Saints running back, kind of gashed us a little bit, but it was never a moment where we were truly, truly worried. The pass rush was ferocious, and in the end, the secondary, this Legion of Boom that we keep talking about, stay healthy. They keep doing super, super well. They even had some missed opportunities, dropped interceptions and stuff like that. It didn't matter. The offense just does enough, and the defense kills it. Marshawn Lynch, what can I say? That last touchdown run he had, 30-yard run, basically to put the game away, it was Beastquake too. It wasn't the insane run that we saw a few years ago, but it's the same thing. It's the same core principle that if we can run and control the ball, slow the clock down, and find a ways to score just enough, I don't think anybody can beat the Seahawks team. Not even the Niners. Not the Broncos, not the Patriots. We're in the Final Four, baby. I listen to a lot of talk radio, and I'm kind of an obsessive Seattle sports fan. I don't know if you guys noticed, but I listen to a lot of radio, and all this week it seemed like the pundits and KJR, 710 ESPN, doesn't matter who it was, everybody's grasping at straws this week to talk about the struggles of the Seattle Seahawks offense. Russell Wilson can't throw the ball on third down. We're super conservative. Fire Darrell Bevell, the offensive coordinator, stuff like that. We're grasping at straws here, people. Has our offense, and especially our passing game, sort of taken a little bit of a dive in the past 5 weeks? Sure. But can I ask you to look over who our last 5 opponents were? The San Francisco 49ers 5 weeks ago, the New York Giants, St. Louis Rams, Arizona Cardinals, and the Saints. Our last 5 games, yeah, the passing offense has been a little bit tough, and it's kind of hit a snag. But you want to know what the common theme is between those 5 teams? They're all awesome defensive football teams. I know we're playing another great one here this week. The 49ers, maybe the best. I think the Seattle Seahawks have the best defense in the league. Niners are 1B then. But I really, really just believe in this team's ability to get what they need to get on offense, and I think it's going to get better. The last time we played the Niners was super close. Very, very, very indicative of the fact that these teams just simply bring out the best in each other. You know, the beginning of the season, we played them in week 2. Pouring rain, thunder and lightning. The game was delayed. We stomped them. Last time we played the Niners at home, we stomped them. Last time we played them in San Francisco, it was a close game. A lot was left out on the field. A lot of missed opportunities. But we were in that game. I really just honestly believe that the crowd is the difference in this one. And I'm going to get back to that. I want to talk a little bit about some matchups. I've really been thinking about this lately. You can tell my hair is a little disheveled. I look a little tired. It's because I've been thinking super hard about these matchups. Key matchup to watch tomorrow. Could be the difference in the game. San Francisco 49ers linebackers versus Seattle Seahawks offensive line. You got 4 killer bulldogs on that San Francisco linebacking crew. Navarro Bowman, Patrick Willis, Ahmad Brooks, Aldon Smith. All nasty Pro Bowl caliber dogs. They're super fast, they're super mean, nasty boys. My question is, and this is something I believe to be a yes answer to, can the Seattle Seahawks offensive line stay tight in their assignments? They're very, very crafty in the way that they try to keep Russell in the pocket, try to get after the quarterback. Can our offensive line step up in the pocket, create some time for Russell Wilson to get things done? He needs time to roll out. He needs time to scramble. Can Russell have that time and those windows to make that happen? I truly believe it's more than possible. It seems to me that this matchup is just a little bit different when the Seahawks play at home. And I think that that's really the difference tomorrow. Another matchup, probably second most important thing to think about in tomorrow's game. Frank Gore, running back for the 49ers. Every time we think that man is dead, decaying, sort of his game is falling apart, he's always just awesome. Yeah, he's old. He might not be the fastest guy in the league, but he is shifty and he is patient. And our linebacking crew and our own defensive line need to have a great game tomorrow and set the tone early. Remember that first hit that Brandon Mebane put on, I don't remember if it was Pierre Thomas or Mark Ingram for the Saints in the Monday night game a few weeks ago? That man in Brandon Mebane just rolling him over for a loss. That's the kind of hit we need to put on Frank Gore tomorrow. If you wanna win this ball game, set the tone early. Get that crowd into it. Stop the run. All week I couldn't sleep, couldn't eat, thinking is my favorite guy, who hasn't really done anything to make him my favorite guy, but he's still one of my favorite guys, Percy Harvin, William Percival Harvin III. Is he gonna play? He was all banged up in the Saints game, concussed, smashed around. Is his hip going to rebound? Well, he's out. He was declared out Friday, and it's a tough loss. You know, a lot of talk about this San Francisco secondary, their cornerbacks maybe being a weak point, something that you can exploit. We've seen it in the past. Who cares, everybody? Percy Harvin hasn't been here all season, and you know what? How great would it be if he could come back and play in a Super Bowl? Knock on wood that we win on Sunday. But our wide receiver core is pretty damn awesome. And I never swear on Hawk Talk. But I want to give a shout out to Doug Baldwin, Golden Tate, Zach Miller, Jermaine Kearse. Those guys have been here all season. And this team hasn't lost very many games relying on those guys. So I'm not going to hear any more talk about Percy Harvin being an X Factor. Because I think our guys are an X Factor. I think that you might see 2 different game plans tomorrow. Let's say the Hawks are up at the half. I think we'll see them start with that conservative game plan. Rely on your defense. Lean on your defense. You know, run the ball. Only pass on 3rd down. Try and get enough points. If that doesn't work, I think that we're going to see a little bit of something like that Atlanta game last year that we did lose. But if we come out at the half and we're down, I think that they say, take the leash off. Run it. Russell Wilson, this can be your game. You're going to be the difference maker. You're going to see more passing. You're going to see more running. Both teams tomorrow, whoever's down late, are going to be pulling out all the stops. Season's on the line. There's a lot to lose. This is the Super Bowl, people. I think that you might see them have to take the leash off this thing and let it rip tomorrow. And It's going to be nerve-wracking. It's going to be hard. But I urge you as Seahawks fans to never waver. I quickly want to show you something. I am currently wearing my camouflage socks. And I'll be wearing them tomorrow. Because I'm ready to go to battle, people. Crowd's got to be the difference. CenturyLink Field. If you're going tomorrow, I hope you cheer your butt off. Because if you're not leaking snot out of your nose, spewing spit all over the person in front of you, you're doing something wrong. We got to be the difference tomorrow. The crowd's got to be the difference. And ultimately, the heart has got to be the difference. Who's going to have more heart tomorrow? I ask you that question and I start to think, no one in this entire league has more heart than our quarterback, Russell Wilson. And you can talk bad about him, and you can smush him from being short, whatever you want to do, but no one can question that man's heart. And he's going to be the difference if he has to be tomorrow. This is going to be a battle. It's going to be war. But ultimately, I think our Hawks are going to be there. And it's going to be a really, really, really fun ending if that's the case. I hope this isn't my last Hawk Talk of the season. I really hope to do another one for the Super Bowl. It would be amazing. This is something that I've wanted since I was a kid. And this ultimately feels the closest. This feels closer than 2005. This feels closer than other opportunities. This feels really, really real. It's wild, you know? But it's got to be. It's got to happen. Just believe, and it's going to be a test tomorrow, and there's going to be moments where you want to give up, and there's going to be moments where you want to turn off the TV or scream or hit your dog or whatever it is, but don't hit an animal. Don't throw popcorn. Believe, because at the end of the day, it's not going to be exactly like the last two times that the Niners came to town here, but it's going to be louder, and it's going to be crazier, and I think the Seahawks are going to win 20-10. That's my final score prediction. So not a blowout, but certainly not the field goal at the end nail-biter that I hope to not see tomorrow because I don't know if my heart can take it. Please share this with family members. Always believe in the Seahawks. It's going to be a great game tomorrow. I really am thankful for this team and all the people that have supported Hawk Talk. I wish you all the best, and go Hawks. Good night, everyone.